Jeff the Landshark comes across his greatest nemesis yet, and that's right, it's his own shadow. It sounds ridiculous, but it was Jeff's fault for sneaking into the Sanctum Sanctorum. Let's not waste any more time as we see what kind of cheeky adventures Jeff gets up to in Jeff the Landshark issue 1. Let's go! It's a beautiful sunny day in New York City, and Jeff the Landshark is soaking up the rays, happily snoozing in the park without a care in the world. After a good nap, Jeff wakes up, rolls up his little mat, and tucks it neatly into his picnic basket like the tidy little landshark he is. As he waddles off on the next adventure, he spots Doctor Strange flying out of the Sanctum Sanctorum, and with that, a cheeky idea pops into Jeff's head. As the Sanctum's grand doors start to close, Jeff hurls his picnic basket to block them, leaving just enough space for him to sneak inside. The doors slam shut behind him, making him flinch as he nervously looks around. But he's not alone. Two slithering figures appear, Anton and Alistair, two snakes who live inside the Sanctum. They spot Jeff immediately, questioning him for breaking and entering. Jeff just shrugs, completely unfazed, and strolls deeper inside like he owns the place. The snakes are left speechless. The little landshark has some nerve. Looks like they've got a problem on their hands now. Guess this means war against Jeff the Landshark. The snakes grumble and mutter about how ridiculous Jeff's tiny legs are. Short, stubby, and apparently offensive to snake kind. Jeff, ignoring them completely, waddles into the next room where his eyes light up at the sight of a table covered in magical glowing diamonds. Anton and Alistair keep warning him, telling him that this area is off limits, but Jeff doesn't care. He's too busy eyeing up the gems. The two snakes begin debating whether or not sharks are deaf. If not, then maybe it's just that Jeff simply doesn't respect them. While Jeff struggles to climb onto the table, those little legs making the task look impossible. Anton and Alistair cackle at his pathetic efforts, but eventually Jeff makes it up and immediately swallows a blue diamond whole. His body freaks out as the magical properties of the diamond suddenly gives him octopus legs. Shocked, Jeff spits the gem back out and thankfully returns to normal. He sits there, thoughtfully considering which one he should try next. He chomps down on a brightly colored diamond this time, and suddenly the entire Sanctum Sanctorum turns into a cartoon doodle world. Anton and Alistair freak out and leap towards Jeff, trying to knock the table over to stop him. Jeff quickly spits the gem out, stumbles, and bumps his chin on the floor, but he manages to open a handy skin pocket to scoop up all the diamonds before they scatter. Clever little guy. The snakes have had enough. Very clearly angry at Jeff for trying to steal Sanctum Sanctorum property. Furious, they bare their fangs and charge at Jeff, who stares back, wide-eyed and terrified. The three of them begin to fight, but they accidentally knock over a strange magical ornament. Everything goes silent. Jeff has a look of fury in his eyes, but the snakes freeze in horror. "Shadow Demon!" they gasp before vanishing into the shadows. Jeff looks around, growling in every direction, on full alert. The snakes reappear, this time hanging from the ceiling, warning him to run. The ornament released a shadow demon, and it's after Jeff's shadow. Suddenly, Jeff's shadow lifts off the ground, coming to life on its own. Jeff watches in panic as the shadow demon shoves him into a bookshelf. Jeff quickly gets back onto his feet, only to realize his shadow is now gone. He looks up just in time to see the formless demon staring him down. The snakes hiss from above. Jeff's in real trouble now. The demon has stolen his shadow. Jeff double checks the floor, but sure enough, no shadow. And then it gets worse. The shadow begins to twist and warp until it forms a perfect dark doppelganger of Jeff. Now they're standing face to face, Landshark versus Landshark. Jeff snarls and lunges to chomp it, but bites right through thin air. He tries once more, but the shadow has no physical form, and then Jeff tries a third time with the exact same result. Even the snakes are in disbelief at Jeff's repeated attempts. Does he think he can bite a shadow? Must have one of those walnut brains inside all of that cartilage, they snark. As Jeff continues to try the same attack again and again, the shadow demon whips up Jeff's own whirlpool ability to open up a vortex and leap through it. Without hesitating, Jeff jumps in after it. Anton, and Alistair agree that some might say that Jeff was brave to jump into a random unknown dimensional portal, but it's most likely that he's just dumb. As Jeff and his doppelganger soar through the portal, they land straight into a park where Deadpool is hanging out. Wade Wilson is absolutely thrilled to see a cute Landshark falling from the sky and snatches Jeff up into a tight, overly friendly hug, spinning him around. "Jeff, where have you been? You don't write, you don't call. Remember when we were best buddies for a little while? I missed you," he gushes. But Jeff is in no mood for hugs. Deadpool plops Jeff down and babbles on, wondering aloud if Jeff's new vortex powers are permanent, or if they're connected to that other Jeff, the mean-looking one. Deadpool gets super excited, realizing Jeff has a new friend. Finally, someone Jeff's own size. He says that he understands that everyone has a bad day, so even if his buddy seems super grumpy, he's ready to welcome him with open arms. Jeff, completely done with this, waits for Deadpool to stop talking for just a moment before smacking his tiny paws over Deadpool's mouth. Finally, Wade gets it. He is shocked to learn that Jeff actually has a nemesis. Deadpool's mind begins to run wild with theories. Is it a clone created by MODOK? Maybe a shapeshifter, or a mutant with some wild ideas, a robot, maybe a Jeff bot. He figures someone must have made Jeff bots to make some serious cash, but Jeff's deadly glare makes him drop that theory fast. He settles on the idea that maybe there is no money in Jeff bots. Jeff lets out a huge frustrated roar as Deadpool keeps yapping. Jeff can't talk, so they settle on a game of charades. But Deadpool is terrible at this game, guessing every James Bond movie title ever instead of what Jeff's actually trying to say. After far too long, Wade finally notices that Jeff has no shadow, and Deadpool compares it to some Peter Pan shenanigans. Now that Deadpool understands a shadow demon swiped Jeff's shadow, he warns that Jeff better fix this quick or he'll lose his shadow forever. But he begins to wonder if you even need your shadow. It's not exactly useful, but perhaps it is useful in an existential way, like, do I really exist kind of way. Jeff looks super worried as Deadpool explains that Shadow Jeff could ruin Jeff's reputation. Jeff gets into enough trouble as it is. Everyone loves Jeff. He could even get away with the most serious of crimes, but what if the world turns on him because of his evil doppelganger? Suddenly, another vortex opens up nearby. Jeff bolts towards it, but Deadpool stops him. He asks Jeff if he should be going in there, but after Jeff catches a glimpse of Shadow Jeff jumping through the vortex first, he knows that he must jump in. So Deadpool has an idea. He hands over a secret plot device for later, but also notices the magical diamond in Jeff's pocket, calling him fancy. After a high five, Jeff jumps through the vortex and follows after his shadowy nemesis, and the adventure continues. And if you're still craving more Jeff the Landshark content, make sure to check out my Jeff the Landshark playlist, or check out the rest of my channel where I upload Marvel content just like this every single week. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.